So we did the forehead, we did the cheekbones. Now we're going to do the jaw, or what's called your mandible. Now I'm actually going to do that little lifting the chin. So I move this ball down a little bit so it occupies and supports his cervical curve, and it kind of pushes and supports the upper thoracic. And I'm just going to lift him up a little bit. Now I'm going to stabilize on this side, and I'm going to just find the angle of his jaw here. I'm going to roll down that masseter, and I'm going to find that edge. There's the bone right there. See it? And I'm just going to wait there. So this is more of a downward spread, and it's quiet work. It's simple work. It's easy work because there's a lot of impact from chewing, a lifetime of chewing. So we just wait. And I'm going to move it a little bit closer towards the center. I'm just going to... This is kind of fun. You want to just keep, you don't want to let your jaw go side to side like this. So I'm keeping it stable on the other side. And I'm just going to keep moving this way. I'm going to take it here and spread. So I'm staying right on top. And here I'm in the center. And I'm just going to slide down and under because there's some muscles here. So we're going to roll around this chin and we're going to sink that ball in. Then I'm going to take it back where I was. And he's doing a great job because he's not clenching. He's letting his jaw, like his teeth, part a little bit. So he's nice and relaxed. Because you don't want to do this like clenching. We're trying to get rid of the clench. So I want that jaw to kind of, just relax, perfect the thighs. And I'm going to take it under. So I'm going to do a little detail around it like this first. And then I'm going to connect all this to his collarbone because you got all these anterior neck muscles that we got to release. There's a magical little bone I talk about and point out in all my body rolling classes, whether you're rolling the spine, the neck, anytime you're in this area. It's called the mastoid process. It's that little bone that's right behind the ear. It's a wonderful spot to lift, press, stimulate, open. I'm actually lifting. I'm going to work a little around his ear. I'm going to spread down. And I'm just going to trace under here a little bit, keeping this very mindful, very quiet, not too deep, and do that. And I'm going to just do that whole routine on the other side. How's that feel? You look wider, like it shifted everything.
Yeah, feels great.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to start high on that cheekbone. I like to start up here and spread that masseter, that chewing muscle, straight down to the angle of the jaw. Right to the bone. Good. And from here, I'm just going to take and I'm just going to go under a little bit there. It's tight on the side, so I'm going to get you a little more traction. There we go. And I'm just going to press here and wait with that downward spread. Take it in a little bit and wait. So there's almost like a little concave spot on the bone. You can kind of feel that the muscles dip in there. You can feel that little curvature of the bone as you work with it. And I'm just going to sink under. Get that chin. Sink under. Spread. I'm going to keep him stabilized because you're getting a little. This side wants to move a little more than the other side. And stay there. Good. And there. And I'm going to go for that mastoid process again, that little bone behind the ear. It's easy to find because it's just this little like notch. And I'm going to lift up. I'm going to spread into his ear. And all of that. And then I'm going to spread this way. So when we do this work too, we try to keep, as best as you can, you want to try to keep the head straight on. Good. Okay, now, keeping with this openness, now we're really going to go for it. So I'm going to grab, and we're going to work all this musculature, and his collarbones are here. So we're going to go to that collarbone and just over it into the first rib. So I'm going to take the ball under, sink in there. I grab the skin and muscle and I spread down. And I'm going to pause above the bone because that's where we want to get the tendons. I'm going to roll on the collarbone, give it a nice little pressure, and then into that first rib. I'm going to take it about halfway out. So I kind of prepped all this, right? So I'm going to sink under here. Sink, sink, sink. And wait. And I'm going to sink. So this is a very more of a muscle-specific move because we're not really pressing this into the cervical spine or the front of your throat. This is more about grabbing this muscle that covers the front of the throat. So, finding the angle of the jaw, which on him is right there. I'm going to sink there. Nice gentle sink in there. Keeping the other side. And then I'm going to sink down. And roll. Great. I'm going to do the other side. But you can see that there's a lot more definition there. And there's some tightness here. So we got to do this side. So I'm going to sink. So this is very, very basic work. And this is probably if I were doing an actual face ball treatment, I would start by exploring these basic bones. Then I might go in and do more detailed work on specific muscles. So that, and there's like so many muscles in the face. And so many areas where things are tight, short, especially with clenching. Yeah, see, I can feel that on the thighs. I'm going to pull that ear a little bit again and stay here for a second. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is it tender?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay. I'm just going to stay there. Yeah, it's way more locked up than the other side. And I'm going to spread down and out. Good. Now, that was the jaw, and we'll always end with a nice lift of the frontal bone again. So you don't have to take as much time doing it because everything's released, but all that downward spread, now we're going to lift again. And I usually find that this is easier now than the first time I tried. Like everything's primed, everything's shifting and moving. I'm just going to split the difference and take it halfway out and spread. And the other side, and spread, and spread. And one last time, this time I'm just going to sink between, spread his nose down a little bit, lift, lift, center, equalizing both sides. And right, actually I like to go all the way on the top of the head, right into those sutures. It's so fun to do when you can see everything. There's now all that hair to pull. And voila, we're done. How was that? Does that feel good? Matthias, are you with us?
Yeah. Sorry, it's wonderful.
Good. Okay, thanks for watching.